approach or
Oh,
something?
no, I'm a button pusher. There's no doubt. That's my job. There's no doubt. Like I described it to the players today as like, it's like the whack-a-mole game, right? Like, oh, last year it was turnovers, and then you fix turnovers, boom, and all of a sudden penalties show up. Now you're like, penalties. Now it's like, oh, field goal block, boom, and then the punt block. Like, and it's like at some point you're trying to, but again, as the years go on, those things get less. The lessons are learned. The lessons I'm talking about or Tony's talking about start being happening amongst the guys. And when people refer to culture, that's really what it is. Again, it goes back to what I said all training camp of looking at the schedule before the season and saying what games are easy and what games are hard is not true, and it's not the way of college football anymore. Everyone's got to get that in. Like how many teams lost to teams that you would have never thought Alabama would ever lose to Vandy. You never would have thought maybe USC would lose to Minnesota. The portal, transfers, and it's changed all of it. That's why there's no undefeated NFL teams, right? So, it used to be that a player would say, man, I got offered from, whomever, Ohio State. I'm going there, But now he might get offered, I might get offered from Blue Mountain State, let's just say. And that's the top school in the country. And they're offering, hey, we'll give you, X amount of money. And another school that's 2 pegs lower on the pecking order of recruiting will say, hey, we'll give you 3 times that. Because for this guy, he's their 15th best recruit. But for them, they're like, well, we can't get those guys. Let's get him. So now that kid's like, do I go there for $50,000 or I do go there for $250,000? So all of a sudden so why were the great teams of the 90s and 2000s, 2010s, why were they so dominant? They stacked up all the talent. And when guys got hurt, the next guy came in was also a Parade All-American. Now the Parade All-Americans are all spreading out a little bit more. So it's just different. So the days of, it's just different now. So I think Indiana's a tremendous example of that. It's a completely different roster this year than it was next year. You guys got stuck with me. Like I said, I didn't get to bring anybody with me. I love Bryant, but he can't play. They didn't let me bring McCaffrey. They didn't let me bring Brian Burns. So we came in here and we just been building with the guys that were here and trying to recruit. Just kind of a little more the old school way.
All right, we'd like to welcome former Husker guard and player agent Jeremiah Sherles joining us here. Your feelings about what he was talking about there and how much things have changed in terms of just the dealing with players.
It's becoming the professionalism of amateur athletics. I mean, you look across the board at what it was when Jay and I were in school, where if someone paid for our meal, you're like, oh, my career in college is over, right? They're going to get it done. And now kids are making hundreds of thousands, if not millions of dollars. It's turning more into like the NFL. And I think it's going to be a really good thing for college athletics going forward as long as it's properly managed.
When you look at Nebraska, I mean, what do you know about their NIL and just how it's structured? And I mean, obviously you deal with a lot of other schools. What have you learned about how Nebraska runs things?
Yeah, I think they do a top job. I mean, the 1890 initiative's great. I think with the revenue sharing that's going to be coming next year with the university, obviously that's going to continue with things. But the biggest thing that worries me when I talk with these collectives from other universities are the contracts are very unique. They're very different. Every school has different clauses. Some schools have one collective that runs multiple schools. And, a lot of it is just making sure that in every contract the player's protected. And looking at what Nebraska stands for and looking at some of the contracts that I've seen through them, they do a very nice job.
Jeremiah, you represent and work with some college NFL linemen. What does a number for good offensive linemen making potentially in NIL nowadays?
It varies from school to school. I know that I've had guys that have transferred from SEC to SEC that make close to $300,000 a year. I've had guys that make close to $200,000 a year. I would say the going rate for a starting tackle is probably close to $750,000 a year for a top tier guy. But then you hear about guys, 5-stars coming out of college or high school that are making $500,000 right away. And so I really think it's going to vary from a school to school's budget perspective. But I'm also just very curious how the NCAA is going to structure once the revenue share comes. Does the collective just come as a money on top piece, or are they going to start to put a little bit more of regulations on what the collectives can do on top of the revenue share?
So you have the revenue share. Maybe you have the collective, plus they could still do regular NIL, right?
Absolutely.
All three of those things?
Yeah, and that's the thing is you can't take anything away. Right. Once the toothpaste is out of the tube, you can't put it back in. You're opening yourself up to litigation. So all of that stuff is going to continue to be prevalent in college athletics. It's just going to continue to get more and more refined. I was really disappointed with the NCAA when they just kind of rolled it out there and said, everyone figure it out for yourselves, because it was just a mess. But I do think Nebraska's done a good job of staying ahead of the curve. I mean, credit to Matt Davidson and that crew and what they've done to stay ahead, because that's how you're going to be competitive in college football.
Jeremiah, we know that number is going to be 22 million for all the schools, and football is saying maybe 12 to 15 is going to be theirs. Any idea, like an equitable way to divide that with your status on? I mean, do you have any clue how they're going to do this?
You know, I think you're going to have to look at it a little bit. The CFL model is probably closer than the NFL model, where you're going to have almost a percentage of your cap can go towards your quarterback, right? And if that's going to be the model, then okay, the percentage of the cap is going to also vary team to team, because that 15 to 12 million is going to look different for maybe a school like Duke or Kansas that has a bigger basketball program.
Right.
And so that's going to be different. The other difference is going to be, the great thing about the NFL is everything is shared. Right? Everyone knows the salary cap is this, every player makes this. You can go up and look at it. No one in college football is going to want to share what they're paying their players, because if I'm at Duke and I'm playing left tackle, and let's say I'm making $300,000, and I know that Ohio State's left tackle is making $700,000, and I'm going to hit the transfer portal, well, I'm going to obviously want to go chase that extra couple $100,000. Right. So it's going to be really interesting to see how the revenue share model rolls, how everyone collaborates, if there is any collaboration, and how that rolls through.
Well, I think the interesting thing too is people don't realize is you're dealing with public institutions versus private institutions, and our student athletes going to be employees. So if they're going to be employees in a university, that's public knowledge to potentially say what they're making at a public institution, whereas Notre Dame, Duke, USC, private institutions, they can kind of keep things buttoned down.
Yeah, Penn State,
they can keep things hidden. So it's just kind of a apples to oranges type of situation.
The thing about the employee, I'm glad you brought that up. My partners and I talk about this all the time. The second you become an employee, you're opening up a whole nother can of worms of workers' comp, benefits,
You can be
all
fired.
of that. I mean, you can be fired, all of that. And so I don't necessarily think that it's going to turn into an employee-employer relationship. It's still going to fall under the name of name, image, and likeness, but it's going to be pay for play. Like everyone hides behind that wall that it's not that. That's essentially what it's going to turn into. But the second you go into that employee-employer relationship, that's a whole nother can of worms.